Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video. It has been a long while since I recorded. I apologize for not being more frequent, and I want to thank each and everyone that tunes in. I hope you're all doing well. So, I have been playing not that much Legacy or even Magic, but have been dipping my toes every now and again, keeping the Doomsday flame alive, and I'm going to be trying out something I think is really cool. Been working on this list with my friend Kai quite a lot, Kai Sawatari. It was he who initially, nudged me towards trying a bug Uru, so straight out bug Uru Doomsday list. We had some good times with our old old Astrolabe 4-color Doomsday with Uru back before Astrolabe was banned. And since then, we haven't really been able to get Uru to work too much. So the TLDR of this list here is good against Delver, not as good against sort of control and combo as the more linear, fast, sometimes Grixis, sometimes Dimir, sometimes Bug sort of personal tutor list that have also garnered a lot of success. So what we want to do here is to really be able to grind against Delver. In game one, we can both play the grind game with Strix in the main deck and Uru, but obviously also we have the turn one capabilities of Dark Ritual into Doomsday, and running two cyclers. We were on one for a while, but I think two is correct because two increases the turn one kills just ever so slightly. And then this whole side, almost I think the whole of the sideboard will come in against Delver. But incidentally, we're able to just transition into a grindy bug deck versus whichever opponent we might want to do that against. So yeah, let's jump into a league and see if we can square off against Delver. All right, round one here on the draw. I think this is a very fine, acceptable hand. So I'm going to keep opponent keeps 7 as well. Ancient Tomb. If this is Ruby Medallion. I think we're supposed to fight over the Ruby Medallion. I'm gonna pitch Brainstorm over Ponder because without a shuffle effect, I think we're. They have like the Echo Viance. Yeah. All right. Well, suppose I'm going to cycle Street Wraith and hope to YOLO into a Force of Will. Okay, we didn't. All right. We don't draw Force of Will, and they have 7 cards and 3 mana floating, so I'm thinking we're going to need a bit of luck here. Oh. What is this? Whenever you cast a spell. Yikes. Okay, so they get to just go nuts with this mana ramp. So they have like a Petal or a Chromox. Oh, okay, they don't. Interesting. And we draw Force of Will. That's pretty good. I think we just have to snap off Thoughtseize here. So what do they have? Wow. They drew not that well. So I guess we take the Jeskai as well. Might as well play the Petal in case we end up like needing to brainstorm to find the second Force of Will or something. Okay, there's a Petal. Jeskai as well. Okay, so their hand are 4 lands, so I think we just have to Force of Will this Jeskai as well. Here I'm going to pitch a Ponder, as I have a Ponder already. Fiery Islet, sure. So they're going to draw, I guess? Yeah. I mean, this clock here is not nothing. Alright. let's go brainstorming. Full Strix versus what's her face? So I think I'm gonna put back 2 lands, and then I'm going to question is if I duress now. They have at 1 unknown card. So, and that obviously was not a spell that could have gotten them anywhere last turn, but I think I'm gonna get the Bayou and duress them. It might be like Burning Wish or like a Metamorphose. Nope, it was another land. Yikes. Okay, well, would have been better off pondering there. So I think we have to play out this Strix as sort of anemic as that is, because we're on a 3-turn clock. Okay. I guess ponder here. Ponder doesn't really get us what we need. Shuffle and draw a Dark Ritual. Okay. Well, that means that if we were to top deck a Doomsday, we can just win next turn. But let's see. Okay. So let's preordain here. Bottom, top. Draw Brainstorm. It's not very good. Daze is just, I think, completely useless against this many lands and Burgi. So I think maybe I'm better off holding on to this Strix as, you know, if I draw Force of Will next turn, but get in there. I think any action card wins it for them. Yikes. Rite of Flame. Okay, we have to hope that they whiff. Well, it's Manamorphose or bust, I guess. Sure. So if Manamorphose shows them another ritual or LED or land, you know, then we will get another turn, but looks like they found something. Defense grid, okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so their hand is a mountain, a city of traders, and an ancient tomb. And they played the mountain, okay. Oh, come on. So this opponent here is really not where we want to be on Baleful Strix and Uru. So yeah, luck of the draw, I guess. Okay, they pass. Uro is decent, I guess. Is there any reason not to? I think we just play out the Strix. I mean, as is now, we can daze and pay through the defense grid, but they have infinite mana, right? So I think it's better to just put another Strix into play and pressure their clock. I guess actually, leaving open 3 mana would have been at least something I should have considered for like for a longer period of time, because if um, they go Echo of Eons, right? Then then if I draw Force of Will off the draw 7, I won't be able to use it. That could have been that could end up being sort of decisive. 4 lands to go. What are they talking about? Can you flip this? That doesn't matter. All right. Four lands ago. What am I missing? Are they able to buy back something? Oops, out of the graveyard? Or maybe they just mean like until they have drawn every land in their deck. Okay, so let's just get Uru into play here. Street Wraith, okay. I guess I'm gonna cycle the Street Wraith here. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Gonna play out the pedal and gonna swing in here. I'm pretty sure that Force of Will, well, hopefully that locks it up here. Let's see, traders. So they have 2 unknowns. They're paying the mana cost for something. Rite of Flame. Okay. I'm not going to fight over that. They have 1 card in hand. Burning Wish. I am going to fight over that for sure. Because they have access to 2 black. So let's say if they were to get Tendrils, then they could cast Tendrils. It would be 3 copies. I wouldn't die, but I think there is no real reason, no real upside for me to let them resolve Burning Wish. I guess like this means Burning Wish gets put in the graveyard for like Past in Flames, but oops. But I think even I think that seems a little bit far fetched that would end up mattering. We draw Doomsday here. Okay, we don't, but we swing in now. They have to block with have to block the Uru. We get a free draw, so we're not out of the woods yet. Okay, that was decent. So they don't get to like make mana, but they have so much mana now it doesn't matter. Let's bottom both. So this is awkward. We can't cast this. So they have the 1 turn here. If they draw like whatever, really, our defenses are down. And you could kind of, you know, I wouldn't blame anyone for feeling like our opponent should draw something. Like, they have drawn pretty poorly. They haven't conceded yet, so that's kind of not looking too good. No! Another one of her? Okay, fine. So, hopefully, between our draw step and Uru drawing us a card, we'll find another blue card to pitch for force. Okay, cool. And I think there's no reason to cast Doomsday now, because we have no way to draw the top of our deck, and yeah, so they'll be dead next turn anyways. Okay, sweet. Okay, so that was hairy, but we got there. So let's bring in the Flusterstorms. Let's dump a couple of Baleful Strix. Question is if, like, is Defense Grid just strictly speaking a better card in this matchup than Baleful Strix? Not Defense Grid. Decay, Abrupt Decay. Decay doesn't pitch to force. But what's our blue count here? We are on 8, 11, 14, 15, 17, 21, 23, so that should be fine. I didn't count the Strix. So, like, Decay can nix a, like, the Bergie, I think. I think she was 3 mana, right? And can even nix, like a Defense Grid or a Ruby Medallion. So, I think, yeah. We're not terribly well set up to battle against a fast combo. So, let's see how they treat us. Cannot ask for more than double Force of Will, so I am not going to. I'm going to keep this. Opponent mulligans to 6. Now we just need to draw like a Dark Ritual, and we'll be off to the races. They keep their 6. I think again or do I? Like, last game it ended up not mattering whatsoever because they had so much mana. Yeah, I think I'm going to let this resolve. Maybe the correct thing to fight over is like the business spell and not so much the actual medallion. Having said that, the medallion can definitely like get away from us. So, or have the game get away from us. Okay. Defense Grid, okay. So I think I sadly have to fight over this. And I'm going to. And Burning Wish. I'm going to let this resolve. They didn't sack the LED, so. Echo of Eons, sure. I'm going to force this. So if I draw a land, I can decay their Ruby Medallion, and then they're stuck with 1 mountain. Okay, alright, GG. Are they going to concede? Alright, I'm not gonna complain about that, or turn that down. There was a pedal. I think I would have decayed the medallion, though. Yeah, I mean, we would have struggled for a bit. Anyways, all right. Well, off to a good start, and I'll be back with round number 2. All right, round number 2 on the play. So, I mean, this hand is very decent if we're up against a combo deck, but it doesn't really do much, right? We have no Doomsday, we have no cantrips, basically. I think I'm going to keep this, but I am already sort of a little bit reticent about that. The top of our deck is going to have to be kind to us. I think it's definitely justifiable to mulligan a hand like this, but I've just like do that, then get a no lander for your next. It's like, ugh. Okay. So I mean, this is goblins, but it's that turbo goblins that plays like chalice and stuff. Mm. So we obviously can only pick Chromox. I'm just trying to see what they can do. So being able to take the Chromox means they won't be able to go turn 1 Warren Instigator. So, but now the Force of Wills, they aren't looking too good in the face of the Cavern of Souls. Let's hope they didn't draw Lackey. Okay, sure. Skirk Prospector. So we really want to. Oh, okay. That is just exactly what the doctor ordered. I'm gonna go like this and pass. Ancient Tomb. So we're gonna Force of Will a Chalice. Yep. I'm gonna pitch the Force of Will just in case Daze ends up mattering. So we know all of their hand, right? Yeah. And there's nothing in their hand that can deal with our Thassa. The thing is, with this setup here, with Edge of Autumn not being Brainstorm, we will end up with 1 card left in the deck when Thassa goes onto the battlefield. So if they were to be able to do something, like there's that black-red goblin munitions expert, I think it is, which kind of like. Yep, that's fine. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're gonna Edge of Autumn into a Brainstorm. We're gonna cast Brainstorm drawing Street Wraith, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Thassa's Oracle. And the last card can be a blank. Let's put Cavern of Souls there. So Cavern, Thassa, LED, Street Wraith, Brainstorm. Put back Daze, put back Thassa. Hold down Control and draw Thassa and win. Alright, and we had 2 cards left in the deck. I miscounted. Alright, so here we have to decide. Like, do we remain committed to the Doomsday plan, or do we think that our bug removal and fat creatures on the ground plan can put in some work? I think it can. Mind you, like, Plague Engineer has been decidedly unimpressive for me versus goblins, because first of all, they have several that have 2 2 toughness, but also because they have like Goblin Crater Maker, which both have 2 toughness, but also the ability to like whack Plague Engineer. But okay, so I still think it's probably correct here. I think maybe Dazes are bad. Honestly, I think Baleful Strix is not very impressive. At the same time, though, it's probably not terrible. I think Duress is probably pretty bad. Thoughtseize, slightly less bad, but still pretty bad. I'm not sure I should be bringing in the second Forest, because I don't believe... I could be wrong, but I believe this version of Goblins is not playing like Wasteland Rishadenport. I could very well be wrong, but I think like they're all in on like Ancient Tombs. Yeah, I think maybe 18 lands is fine. The Tarmogoyfs are like I'm also just kind of like curious to see how these guys play out. Um, Dismember seems maybe like a tall order. I think I'm gonna leave that out. Maybe we can cut like a couple of Strix. And maybe like having 2 Uru is fine. I think. The thing is, like, goblins can attack us from like with Mindbreak Trap as well as with like Pyroblast and stuff like that. So just going all in with Cyclers and winning like we just won, I don't think is that feasible plan post board. Okay, time's running out here. How about if we cut a Street Wraith and cut a Petal? Okay, I'm not at all sort of ready to commit myself to saying this plan is correct, but you know, we shall see. So this is kind of awkward. I think this is a mulligan because it's already kind of a mulligan having this in hand, and we only have 1 land and no cantrips. They start with 7. No, if we just draw lands, then maybe having like the Tarmogoyfs, like running Tarmogoyfs, is going to be good enough. This does have Force of Will in case they have like turn 1 Warren Instigator or turn 1 Goblin Lackey. Oh, it's tight, right? I think I'm gonna mulligan. Yep, and that's a mulligan as well. Okay, I mean, we're gonna bottom a Dark Ritual, and so they're a Chalice of the Void deck, so they could very well go Chalice for 1, in which case I think we need the Petal in order to go turn 2. So I think just bottoming the Uru here is correct. We'll see. Goblin Lackey, okay. So we just have to go for it here and hope that the Lackey isn't like doesn't mean that we die, which it could. Like they could have Lackey into what's that guy called? The Sling Gang, which I can't really do the math, but it seems like a lot of damage. Okay, so how about if we go? We either go slow or go fast. We have fetch lands, and I think I want like I want to be able to fight through a Cavern of Soul, like through a Pyroblast. So how about if we go like this? So next turn we draw Plague Engineer, and then we fetch the Underground Sea. Yeah, we fetch the Underground Sea. That's probably gonna be too slow, right? With the Goblin Lackey's gonna. I suppose we could go draw Edge of Autumn, cycle Edge of Autumn, draw Plague Engineer, play out Delta. Then the last 2 cards in the deck are going to be Thassa and Cavern. I think I'm going to try that, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose, but we shall see. Go like this. I'm gonna play this just to play around like a Mindbreak Trap at some point. This is funky art. What the hell? It's like a baby. So I think ideally they are sitting on like red blasts, and they're gonna like put in Goblin Matron here and get a Muxus or a Sling Gang. That would be my, I think, best course, like the best I could hope for. If they have already Muxus, then it's pretty bad. If they have Sling Gang, it's probably game over. Okay, so they had Muxus, right? So when he enters the battlefield, you get to reveal. Okay, so yeah, okay, so it's over because they got the Crater Maker. So what I think I'm gonna do here is punt it. They probably they're representing the red blast pretty hard, but I'm gonna draw the Edge of Autumn here, and then I'm going to fetch, and then I'm gonna cycle the edge, hoping to draw Thassa, and see if I can win this, because like putting in the Plague Engineer is gonna kill the 2 lackeys and the Matron, but the Goblin Crater Maker can then sacrifice itself. Actually, then they have a 4/4 and only and nothing else. Hang on. What did they get? They got the Skirk Prospector, right? Okay. So maybe they have more action here? And they have the ability to still make red mana with this guy. Okay. Ah, that's clever. Okay. Okay, well now we have no choice. We have to try and go for the 1 in 3 chance of hitting Thassa, and then whatever odds there are for them not having like a red blast in hand. So I guess I did get punished for playing the thing, for playing out the pedal. All right. So I think honestly this is still fine. So I'm just gonna go for this. Yeah, like I've been playing versus goblins with the more fast turbo Doomsday. I have not had a good time. Oh shoot, this mulligan. Okay, let's keep this and let's bottom the Edge of Autumn. So now I want this Preordain to hit lands. Nope. That was good. Skirk Prospector. Sure. So, Skirk Prospector. This does feel like... So, I mean, let's say the next turn they go, like, drop a City of Traders. Wait, Muxus is 5 mana, right? How much is Muxus? Just gonna look it up here. Bear with me, Muxus. 6 mana. 6 mana. Okay, so they're some ways away from actually resolving good old Muxus. So I'm gonna have to decide whether or not to fatal push this Skirk Prospector. I'm gonna brainstorm first though. If they so they're pausing here, they're actually gonna 2-for-1 themselves to counter this brainstorm. I think that's okay. Yep, that's fine. Goblin Rabblemaster. Right, okay. So I'm gonna Fatal push the Goblin Rabble Master before they get an attack step. Okay. Yep, I think that's fine. Whoop. There goes our Force of Will being good for anything. Okay, gonna decay yield Goblin Rabble Master. There's a Tarmogoyf. I think I'm gonna play Tarmogoyf rather than leave like take down my ability to Force of Will, even though they have the Cavern. I think also like getting a clock going with them having the Ancient Tomb is more important, or is better than like the Uru plan, which is going to take a couple of turns and which is going to be slowed down by them having Red Blast. Sorceress Spyglass. That doesn't seem to do a lot, so be my guest. So, like, the only legal targets I think in my deck are Fetch Lands and Street Wraith and Edge of Autumn. And by legal targets, I mean you can name anything, but the only ones that it actually affects. So I think like one of the best draws here would be, I think either Plague Engineer or just like removal. Polluted Delta, sure. So hopefully we don't draw Polluted Delta. All right, let's cycle this Uru, I guess. So they play another land. They're kind of flooding out a bit, I think. Yeah, they have to pass. I'm guessing they have like a. I guess they have a. I would guess they have like a red elemental blast or a pyroblast. But I mean, I guess that's fine. They named Delta with 2 deltas already in the graveyard. I just noticed now. Oh well. Okay, they don't counter it, so that must mean they don't have it. Okay, I'm not going to fire off Doomsday now. I am maybe going to fire it off next turn and then attack with Uru into the top of the pile. I would kind of like... okay, never mind. They concede. Sweet. Got there. Alright, round 3 on the play. Yeah, I mean, this is... It's good, but not great. But let's keep it. And they're mulliganing to 5. Yikes. Buraron. Sounds like something from the Lord of the Rings. Is that what Treebeard says? Buraron. Okay. Hex Drinker. Oh, you know what? That could actually end up being a little bit of a problem eventually, right? Are they ever going to get it to protection from anything? Everything? I'm just wondering if it's worth setting myself back a land drop here. I think it probably is not. I'm going to play the second Delta and fetch Underground Sea in case I find a Doomsday here. If I had played out Tropical Island, I wouldn't be able to hardcast Doomsday next turn. This is awkward. Okay. I think I'll just pass. Sure. Okay. You can do this anytime, right? No. Ah, level up is only as a sorcery. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm gonna play Uru here because we get to explore. But Strix is also pretty sweet. If they daze here, I'm probably okay with that. Actually, am I though? I think I'm not. I think I'm gonna fight over it because I think the life might actually end up mattering. Okay. And so we could pedal out here and play the Strix. I think I'm gonna do that actually. I was not gonna do it, but then I think I will do it actually. So I think this is gonna be a race, and this is gonna leave them on defense for a while. They could have Force of Will. If they do, oh, so not Force of Will, I mean Lightning Bolt. If they do, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to fight over it. Okay, they're just leveling up. Chain Lightning. Yeah, alright, I'm going to let that happen. And then save my Force of Will. So it's level 3 now. They need like a couple more turns before this gets to level 8. They're gonna, I think, also have. I don't know. Maybe they see the pedal. I was gonna say they're gonna have a bit of a surprise when we eventually put Doomsday on the stack. Oops. All right. Petty theft. I'm gonna force that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Baleful Strix is not the worst. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna go like this in case I cantrip into a Doomsday here with Strix. Okay, I don't. I'm just gonna pass here. So if they get another land, they can then make it protection everything, and then they can keep it back on defense, and then Uru will sort of trade. But I still think that kind of puts us ahead. Delver. I mean, I think I'm gonna just take the opportunity to get some value out of this daze. Okay. So now it becomes a legit question if we actually cycle this Street Wraith or play it. I'm going to swing in with both because I think this is going to come down to a race potentially. Okay. Oh, they concede. Sweet. Okay, well, this is Delver. We didn't get to show them Doomsday at all, so yeah. not sure about this whole sideboard plan now because they saw a Lotus Petal, so if they're wise to it, they might know what's up. But having said that, I still think it's better to be Bug mid-range versus Delver than to be on Doomsday. So board out like this, go like this. Not sure about the Fluster Storms. What if we go like this and then actually have one Doomsday and one Thassa's Oracle? I'm going to try that. Yikes. Ugh, that's gross. I'm going to keep it though. We were able to like brainstorm, put back Thassa, I guess. Opponent also mulliganed to 5 last game, so let's not like get too excited quite just yet. I think I'm not going to play the Ponder into their Blast. I also kind of want to play around Wasteland here if I can. Right. I think I'm going to get rid of that Thassa's Oracle from my hand while I have the chance. Be kind of shocking if they Force of Will this. Okay, so put back that. Probably put back the Force of Will, to be honest. And then fetch here and cast Ponder. Kind of want to hit some removal here. Wow, double Wasteland, okay. If they go double Wasteland Delver, that's kind of strong. Okay, they didn't have the Delver. Fortunately, we have some more lands here. So if they make a 2-drop here next turn, I think I'm going to let that resolve depending on how nasty it is, and then I'm going to untap and then have Daze to force through like either Strix or Lhurgoyf. Okay, but they don't. Okay. Wow, so many wastelands. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Well, we'll see. So they'd leave up their land to keep open Pyroblast or pay for a Daze, I wonder. So wait, we have one of each here. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start out with Baleful Strix. Yeah, I'm just gonna daze that. Okay. And I'm gonna ponder. Very scared of this Sylvan Library. That's probably gonna win the game for them. Seems like they have daze here. Okay. I think that was pretty good. So I'm gonna draw like this, and I'm probably gonna use this member on this Hex Drinker. Wonder how liberal they're gonna be with their life loss here. Okay. Pedal to the metal. Sure. I mean, they... Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna fight. Okay. So this is level 1 now. So next turn it could get to level 3. Once it's level 3, it has protection from instants. So if I want to take this out, it will have to be now. With Dismember, I mean. I think they have days, because they paused before when we cast the Ponder. So I think I'd rather go like this. Hang on. Go like this. Dropping to 8 versus Delver is no fun thing. Sure. They're low too now, so I'm not hating where we're at right now, but yeah, we'll see. Another Hex Drinker, sure. Just being able to drop these meaty Tarmogoyfs seems pretty good. I'm definitely going to fight here. Okay, so I think next turn I kind of want to go for Uru just to like get a bit of life, but that could be wrong. No, I think I am going to do that. Tell you what. Okay, let's attack first. See what they do. So they have to chump block. I think this is gonna decide the match. So I'm gonna put in Uru here. And then I'm gonna put in Tarmogoyf through the cavern. Lhurgoyf. Yeah, they concede. Sweet. Wow, on fire here. So we got to try it out against Delver, but I do feel kind of bad that they mulliganed to 5 in game 1 and just really never were able to recover. But really digging the Tarmogoyfs so far. All right, round 4 on the draw. This hand would be amazing if only we had a land, right? So sadly I have to mulligan this. Opponent mulligans to... I mean, yeah, I'll keep this reluctantly. It's not amazing. Think we can bottom an Uru. Though having the 2 Duress is also not amazing. Ancient Tomb Petal. Right, okay, so it's some kind of Karn deck, I guess. Not our favorite cup of tea. Think I will have to duress them here. Because, let's just go through it. If they had the thing, the guy, the Hull Breacher, they could have played him, though they can still play him. So, duress can't take him, doesn't matter. casting Duress is better than casting in one of the blue spells and having them like steal a card from us and get a free mana. I'm worried they have the whole Breacher here. The what with the what now? What is this? Scrap Trawler in the graveyard and battlefield. Return to your hand target artifact card in your graveyard with less. Does this sound like that KCI thing? That was the thing in Modern, I think it is. So what is this? All right. So if this goes to the graveyard from the battlefield, you get to return an artifact from your graveyard that has like less mana cost. So it can be a bauble or something else, I guess, like a spell bomb or something. Oh well. I'm sure we will see soon enough what kind of terrible things will happen to us. Cavern is a little bit annoying as it shuts off counter magic. Construct. So, Scrap Trawler it is. You have a 3/2. I'm going to preordain here. Bottom, top. And I'm going to ponder just this, like the likelihood of them having drawn something random seems a bit low. I think I'm going to keep these because it allows us to get Uru into play in like 2 turns. It may be too late. They might have done something terrible to us by then, but I think it's correct. Okay, so I'm going to position them like this and pass. It's or another artifact. Okay, so but with lesser mana cost. So if they sack a petal, this triggers, but then it says return to your hand target artifact card in your graveyard with lesser mana value. So you won't be able to get anything back with Lotus Petal because nothing is less than 0, right? Other Cavern, sure. What was his name? Human. Okay, so they have 1 unknown card. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That needed to have been the Cavern. Ah, crud. Yeah, because that way we would still be able to like either cast Duress or Preordain after Uru. So now we have to draw a land for that to be possible. We don't. Okay, I'm just making misclicks here. Wow, that was annoying. All right, let's see if they got something nasty for us here. Is this Karn? Or like Mystic Forge, maybe? Okay, so you sacrifice an artifact, you get a bunch of mana. That artifact makes you able to replay, like rebuy it. So I can't counter this. I imagine if that was the card they had in their hand, and we could have Duressed last turn. Okay. So I wonder if we should just actually go for Doomsday here, see if we can find it. If this card hits Doomsday, we get to win. No, not so much. I'm going to Thoughtseize them. Probably just sitting on a land. Yep. Okay. Let's take this land and pass and hope they don't draw like a business spell. The thing is, like, getting Uru into play now is going to be like a 3-4 turn clock kind of thing. So I think we really need to find Doomsday instead, but that's easier said than done, I guess. But they apparently keep not hitting their business. Okay, Elder. Let's get this. So I'm gonna fetch here and ponder and hope to find Doomsday and then like have the win set up next turn. Nope. I cast Petal just in case we need to Hail Mary a Brainstorm. Like if they go for like Mystic Forge or something. Okay, that's fine. So it looks like they're drawing like pretty poorly. So I think I'm gonna swing in with Uru just to get the draw, get a card deeper. And if Ponderer is able to find us Doomsday, which it does, that's pretty nice. Then that should be good enough, unless they're sitting on some magic bullet that I'm not thinking about. I'm actually going to sack this for blue now. I don't think I'll need it, but just to be able to put two petals in our pile. Okay, so we need the Thassa. We need the Ideas Unbound. I guess we can take the Edge of Autumn. How much mana do we have left? We have 1 floating and 2 untapped lands. So if we go Brainstorm into Ideas Unbound, then that means we're tapped out. We draw Petal, and Thassa. So wait, Brainstorm into Edge into Ideas into those 3. That seems about right. And we get to keep open Force of Will, which is nice. I'll just go like this. So we put back Thassa and Edge. We cycle. I guess we make a mana and then we cycle. No reason to not play correctly, I guess. All right, cool. Our opponent did get a pretty unlucky, I think, versus like with their draws. All right, so I think like Abrupt Decay is good, but not amazing, right? Because that clan, whatever Ironworks, is 4 mana, I think. Krark Clan Ironworks. Yes, it's 4 mana. But I'm sure they have like some juicy targets, and I think Belflestrix is probably not a peak card here. I wonder if like bringing in the Goyfs just to like having a clock is fine. I think the Duresses seemed not too hot, nor do the Dazes with all their Cavern of Souls. Although, maybe like Daze counters the Ironworks. Okay. Well, I'm gonna mulligan this. This is a nonsense hand. I'm gonna keep this. And probably send back a brainstorm. Or what? Maybe one of the lands instead. Yeah. Ancient Tomb. Grim Monolith. Right, okay. This is scary because this lets them play. Ooh, it lets them. What? No, they can't tap this for mana right now. Chromatic Star, okay. Now they can. And now they can what, play Karn or the Ironworks? Yikes. Well, if you have it, you have it. But do they have any way to get mana to rebuy from the graveyard? Canonist, okay. I mean, if we're going to be playing a control game, I'm fine with that. Think seeing as how we are under a canonist, I'm going to brainstorm main phase here. Because that way if I hit a force of will, which I do, I'm able to force next, like on their turn, if something truly terrifying happens. Sure. So I think I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna keep open decay here. Sure. Okay. Transmute artifact. So that seems like. So hang on. How does this work? So they sacked an artifact, and they sacked the chromatic star, I think. Search your library for an artifact card if that card's mana value is less than or equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana's value. I think I have to force this. I think the daze is probably not going to do a lot. So I guess I could have decayed the canonist prior to forcing, because I probably will end up wanting to decay that anyways at some point, but having said that, I'm not sure that point is now. Okay, I'm gonna brainstorm here. Probably put back land and brainstorm. Okay, I'm gonna pass. I think I am gonna decay this this canonist. It does suck that I don't have like any way to answer this, because I guess like eventually if they draw, I'm not sure. That's the thing. I'm not sure exactly how their deck works, how this combo works, but I wonder if they have the ability to combo off. With just like one card drawn, if they're only missing one piece, or if it's like multiple pieces. Okay, so now we're a bit more free. So let's see if we can get a Doomsday here. We do. And I think I'm going to go for it here. They could have a Mindbreak Trap, I guess. And if they do, we're playing into it, but if not, we get to win, and we're already up a game, so. They could also have Surgical Extraction, which would be like crippling to us depending on at what point they decide to use it. Lion's Eye Diamond. So we go like this. I suppose we can afford to take Edge over Street Wraith. Okay, so we put Petal on the bottom. and then Thassa, and then these three. And put back like this. It looks like they've F6'd, but you know, they could be pulling our chain here. Alright, cool. So up to 4-0. So regardless, this has been a success. That's so cool. Alright, last round on the draw. Gonna keep this little bit weak hand in certain like scenarios. It's obviously nice to have double pitch counter in case we're up against. Yeah. I think we're gonna force this. And I'm pitching the Force of Will because I think Daze might be usable next turn for like a Thalia. I don't think duressing here is going to do anything except if they have like one of their 3 remaining vials. And that just opens us up to Wasteland, which would potentially just cripple us here. Okay, so they don't have another land, really? Okay, so that was one of the better Force of Wills on a Aether Vial. Ponder here is really good. So our opponent could either be Death and Taxes, which I'm leaning towards, or it could be like whatchamacallit, the Esper Vial deck. So hopefully, oh no, hang on. Did I just keep a Doomsday on top? I was gonna keep a Dark Ritual. I think I might have left a Doomsday on top. That's awkward. So is this gonna cycle? Yeah, I just sort of blanked out. I thought I was seeing a Dark Ritual on top. Okay, so now we're kind of in a pretty weak position. Gonna cycle the Street Wraith. And I guess I'm gonna name Bird. Not gonna lie, this is not looking terrific. And we don't even have the days. Okay. I guess Revoker is not that scary against this. They will likely name LED or Petal, which obviously is not nothing, but well, what you believe it. Okay. The less scary Aether Vial on turn 5. Come on, land. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna give up fully that I'm Doomsday here. They should probably know it, but just because I think I'm gonna pivot more towards the bug mid-range plan next turn, next game. It looks like we're gonna be losing this one, but we'll see. And I think now, well, we'll see what they do. There's a GT, okay. So basically, I think if we get a land here, we probably will be at 6 after Doomsday with no Petal. Okay, we'll be at 5. So I think actually what we have to do here is deploy a Strix instead, because we don't have Lotus Petal, and I don't think there's a way we win in one turn. Okay. But now the Vial is at 2. That's pretty scary. Though I assume they would have played out of Thalia previously. Wow. Yikes. Okay. Don't have another land. If the GT connects before we are able to put in a blocker, it's pretty bad. Okay, does this change anything math-wise? I don't think it does. I could be wrong. So we're definitely holding on for dear life here. So let's say we've fetch dropped to 9. Then we Doomsday, drop to 4. And then we're at the mercy of whatever they pile in. I think we should still do that though. That plow, I'm gonna daze. So it looks like we're going to be allowed to Doomsday. Yeah. They're 2 plows down, so I think I'm gonna risk it that they don't have a 3rd plow. And I'm gonna go for the edge. And so let's see here. We draw edge. So what can they do? Let's say they violin something. Anything that can attack at 2. And we put Street Wraith in our pile. Then we lose. If we are able to... Oh, hang on. How about if we just put in edge, LED, Thassa, and let that be it? That should get us there, right? So let's put Uru in like the last 2 slots, just in case. Yeah. So we draw edge, we cast Preordain drawing LED, and then we LED. Yeah. I mean, if they then have a second Revoker to name LED, that's pretty bad, but we can play around everything. And I'm putting Uru in here because I think it doesn't matter, and that way I get to sort of hide it. Although Uru against the Caracas deck is kind of weak. Alright. Let's go. Let's hope they don't get to put anything too nasty to this file here. So a way that we can also lose is if they do nothing here, but they tick up Violet 3. And then they equip GT on Revoker, they attack. Let's say we offer up the trade. Then and then they have Flicker Wisp. So, and even if we don't offer up the trade, then the GT will have counters on it, which will be bad news for us because then they can just like ping the Revokers. So that's why we have to, or the Strix. That's why I think we have to offer up the trade. But yeah, let's see. This is okay, here we go. So they do this preemptively, so at least we will know what, like, Recruiter of the Guard, okay. So I guess like Thalia? Yeah, okay, so they tap out for Thalia. That kind of messes up our plans a bit. I think, right? Maybe not actually. Yeah, we'll need 2 mana to cast the Preordain and 1 mana to cast the LED. So no, we still get to win. This is fine. Yep, go like this. Put both on top. All right, sweet. We even have Devotion to Blue is equal to 3, so we could have done it without the edge, I guess. But we couldn't have known that our Strix would have lived. All right, so hear me out here. I kind of feel like putting in some of this, anyways. So let's say all the creature removal plus the Plague Engineers, which kind of are the same thing, I think, seem really good. Uru seems incredibly soft to Caracas. Having said that, they don't have a way to tutor for Caracas, and they have like 3, I think, at most. So, and without I'm unsure how much creature removal how many plows they're going to leave in. They probably will leave in some. Okay. The Goyfs, I mean, honestly, I don't know if we'll be able to keep up with them. Having said that, though, with all this removal, maybe. Okay, let's see here. I think Daze is probably pretty weak. I think at least some of the Strix can go. I think Duress is bad. Thoughtseize less so, but still not good enough. Maybe 3 Uru is pushing it. I think we probably can't afford to keep in all the Strix, or any of the Strix. That's what I meant. Maybe we'll leave out. We'll have to do a blue count here. Say 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, counting the Thassa here. 14, 18. So that's like really low. The blue count is really low. Okay, well, I think Force of Will is questionable anyways, so and we're bringing in ways to remove many of the threats that Force of Will otherwise has to cover. Well, we'll see. Alright. Our opponent is not joining the game yet. Alright. I think this is a fine hand. Alright. So question is, do we Force of Will an Aether Vial here? Deafening Silence. You know what? I think Deafening Silence is probably okay. Seeing as we are getting towards like a creature plan being the thing here. You know, I should have brainstormed main phase like I did against the Canonist earlier. Stoneforge Mystic. I think I am going to force that. Because Stoneforge doesn't get switched off by Plague Engineer. And okay, Dark Ritual doesn't work under Deafening Silence. I think I value the lands over the Brainstorm, but we'll see. We might be able to just draw that Brainstorm if I don't end up deciding that I need to cast it this turn. Crew of the Guard. Okay. So we obviously can't stop this. And gonna see what they tutor up. Hopefully something that doesn't enjoy Plague Engineer. Sanctum Prelate. Well, Prelate has Tune the Butt, So, but we have decay here. I think I am going to brainstorm. Let's put back Street Wraith and put back. Hmm. Is having like a random draw at some point better than the 5th land? I think honestly we need the lands, so. Okay, I do want to fetch here, so let's get a Trop. I think getting Trop over Bayou is better because I think it incentivizes them to port me down on black mana, and that way I get to. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna name Soldier here. Oh, sorry, Human here. Seems like a pretty easy choice. The Prelate is both a human and a cleric, I believe. Yeah. So I think if we draw our second Plague Man, sure, we could name Cleric, just in case they have something else. Chosen number is 3, sure. Yep. I think I'm gonna ponder. I mean, we could just go for Doomsday, I suppose. Just like decay that Prelate. We'll see. We'll see what they do next turn. Okay, I guess with Wasteland we probably can't do that. Palace Jailer. Yikes. Enters the battlefield. Exile target creature opponent's control until an opponent becomes the monarch. Shoot. That's kind of nasty. Wasteland. So that means we can't cast Doomsday next turn. So do you want to draw a Ponder here or not? Shoot, I guess we do. If we could hit like, yeah, none of that. Hang on. No, I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say I could cycle Street Wraith and try and hit like, what do you call it? Like a fatal push. So I think I'm gonna try that. That's no good. So we're just gonna lose here because they have the monarchy. Having said that, I still feel decently enough about this plan. So what do they get? Thalia A. Okay, so they don't get to port me here. I'm just wondering if I should decay this Deafening Silence or save decay for Thalia. I think I am going to decay Deafening Silence. They don't have port mana, so we do actually, if we draw like a cantrip, we could cantrip into a land and then cast Doomsday. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna go top here and pass. And then if we're lucky, we get a complete blowout. Okay, so there's Thalia and Revoker. Sure. So if they attack with Palace Jailer, I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna get Plague Engineer back, I think, right? No, it's until an opponent becomes the Monarch. Jeez, what a punt. Ah, I'm so stupid. Okay. So hang on, let's see here. We take, let's say we kill this. We take 1, go down to 12, fetch twice, go down to 10, cast Doomsday. They will have, we'll go to 5. We'll go to 5. They will have 5 power. What a giant punt. I guess I even have to fetch here to make this able to target that. Palace Jailer, what a beating. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Drop to 10. I think I'm going to... I'm gonna Fatal Push Thalia. So I mean, we can't draw this next land. We have to draw like some kind of very decisive removal spell, like another Plague Engineer maybe. Yeah, that's not it. All right, I'm gonna pass. We're not dead yet, but it's getting like pretty close here, I would say. Yep. Okay, I am going to fold to that. That is lethal. Alright, so what do we think here? I think the Force of Wills felt pretty bad. Because the blue count is so low. No, I think I'm just gonna redo it here. Let's hope we get like Doomsday, a turn 1 Doomsday. Wouldn't hate that. Alright. That is not a good hand. Okay, I'll keep that. And I will bottom a Decay, I think. And now our cantrips have to find us lands. Pretty much. Or that, you know? That's pretty sick. Yeah. I think I am going to actually take the Force of Will here. And then I'm going to hope they don't just wasteland me turn 1. Yeah, I'm going to let that happen. if I hadn't taken the force... Oh, that was dumb. I think I needed to not take the force of will, and then because that way we win now if they don't have like Mind Break Trap. But having said that, I think I am going to Doomsday. I think we can put in a number of like fetch lands and like regular lands, and that way we need the Thassa, obviously. I think we want an Underground Sea and Tropical Island. And then, what, 2 fetches? Let's go like this. So, Thassa, 2 lands on the bottom, Thassa, then the 2 fetches. So I think we have to like snap off Force of Will here on basically any threat that they play, and then hope that whatever they get to do with their Cavern on their Vial on 2 next turn isn't going to be like life ending. No port is good. No wasteland. So yeah, I'm gonna fight over this. Okay. So we'll draw the fetch land here. They'll port C, and then we'll draw a fetch land. And then we just have to not lose to another, like wasteland. Basically, if we make a move here, if we fetch to decay before we get our turn, that opens us up to losing to a second like land attack if they have another port or like a wasteland. So, but I think we're looking kind of good here, but we'll see. Okay, so don't have to worry about that. Thalia. So actually, I was going to say, what if we decay here the Aether Vial in response to Thalia? Then they can vial in like a Flicker Wisp and target a land, but because it's the main phase, it'll come back at the end of turn. So I don't think that there's a 3-drop that can come down that's going to matter when our library is empty. So maybe we just don't do anything, but if we want to do something, I think because they made their land drop, we can do it. So I am going to do that. Hopefully they don't have like a Stone Rain effect for 3 mana on a creature. Okay, so something's going to come down here. What will it be? Yep, there's a Flicker Wisp. Okay, sure. So that's fine. So unless they have like Angel's Grace in their deck or something from way out of left field, this should be it. Okay. Yep, that won't do it. So sweet. Got there. 5-0. Can't say that I'm not excited about that. That's awesome. All right. Well, that was that was a good showing for the Uru Doomsday deck, I think. You could argue that like on like in several of the rounds, it's hard to really say which deck would have been like if like being on the Uru deck made that much of a difference. So I'm not making any claims like that, but it's a lot of fun to play. And like one of the things I really enjoy is that feeling of like having your cake and eating it, which is like you get to play this turn one combo deck that can go like Dark Ritual Doomsday, Petal, Brainstorm. The game is over. Your opponent never got a turn. But then that also gets to play like basically a mid range sort of control deck, especially post sideboard. So yeah, like definitely a lot of fun. If you're looking for a little bit of a different Doomsday experience, I would recommend trying it out. So with that, I'm going to say thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back hopefully sooner rather than later. Bye bye.